Hello, and welcome to our Yoga Hero Teachers podcast. This podcast has been designed to help yoga teachers teach with passion, avoid burnout, and earn a fair living. Have you ever been to a yoga class and the sequence was so great, so great that you left the class thinking, I'd love to be known for my sequencing? Then you listen to a podcast about yoga philosophy and you think, I really want to weave more philosophy into my classes. That's definitely where I should be putting my focus. And then you're chatting to someone and they tell you how they went to the most amazing yin class and they left feeling like they were walking on air. And you thought, I want to be the best yin yoga teacher. Does that sound familiar? Yeah, it does to us too. There are so many yoga teachers around these days, and for the record, we think that's a good thing. More yoga teachers is more people to share the joys and benefits of yoga. But it does mean, for want of a better word, that there's more competition. The best, or maybe the only, way to differentiate yourself from the masses is to be yourself, to know who you are, who you want to teach, to have this defined. So it's crystal clear to you how to talk about your classes, workshops and courses, who to aim your offerings at, what trainings to do to deepen your knowledge, and what to leave to one side. This podcast episode is designed to help you define who you are as a yoga teacher. So grab a pen and some paper, or if you're on the move, you can get your free workbook later on from yogahero.co.uk/podcast 23. That's yogahero.co.uk/podcast 23. And get ready to define who you are as a yoga teacher. This is a huge and very, very important step in your teaching career. It's exciting. Those who've been part of our business of teaching yoga course will know that defining who you are as a yoga teacher underpins pretty much everything that we do teaching yoga. But before we do anything at all, let's focus. Take 3 deep breaths. Putting to one side the nitty-gritty day-to-day of teaching yoga, let's go back to your why. Why do you teach yoga? If you have the answer to that straight away, that's amazing. Keep that in mind. If you don't, ask yourself it again. Why do I teach yoga? And believe that the answer will come in time. When it does, write it down somewhere important and keep it in mind as to your why, your motivation to do this work. Who are you when you're not teaching yoga? Now it's time to think about the person that you are in the hours and days when you're not teaching yoga. What did or do you do for a living? Who do you spend time with? What do you spend your time doing? What are your interests, hobbies, passions, dreams? Get as much down on paper as you can. Every little thing. Something might seem irrelevant or small, but it isn't. Get it down on paper. We'll be coming back to this later. Are you stuck for ideas? Go back through your diary if you keep one. Have a scan through text message conversations with friends and look for times where you tell them what you've been up to or what you're looking forward to. How would you describe yourself? This might have cropped up in the previous think task, but let's look at it on its own. How do you describe yourself? Here's some random words to get your cogs turning. Warm, friendly, organised, fun, chaotic, focused, reliable, shy, etc. Any words that you'd use to describe yourself, And you might even want to ask loved ones how they describe you too. Get those words down on paper. How do you want to make people feel? Okay, now back to teaching yoga. If you could wave a magic wand and make people feel a certain way during and after your classes, what would this be? Again, here's some suggestions just to get your cogs turning. Fulfilled, empowered, calm, energized, strong, sleepy, capable. Now it's time to think about what you see yourself teaching in the future. Defining who you are as a yoga teacher isn't putting yourself in a restricted box and hoping for the best. It's just to help you focus, to help you know where to put your precious resources of time, mental bandwidth, and energy, to know where to invest in training and where to not worry about, at least for now. So if you could get your magic wand again and wave it, what would you spend your time teaching in the future? Would it be a particular style of yoga or with a particular aim? Would it be with a particular population? Let your mind wander, daydream about it, and pop your thoughts down into your workbook. And take a big step back again, looking over all of the notes that you've taken. Is there a theme or a commonality that becomes clear? Let's say your hobbies and passions are mainly outdoors. You describe yourself as adventurous and you want to make people feel strong and empowered. This all comes together to help you define who you are as a yoga teacher. Maybe a teacher that helps people step out of their comfort zones. Maybe you're known for taking yoga outside or for delivering yoga for hikers or climbers, which is really differentiating yourself from someone who would say they came to yoga to manage stress. They now describe themselves as focused and calm, and they want to make people feel capable and stress-free. These two yoga teachers are unlikely to find themselves competing, there's that word again, for the same yogis or wishing that they'd done something else in their yoga career previously. So now you have plenty of notes and plenty of food for thought. Take your time with it. It doesn't need to be done in one go or even in one day. It might be something that you come back to, and it will certainly be something that evolves. This episode is perfectly followed up by episode 14, Write Your Perfect Yoga Bio, which is linked to in our show notes. And as a reminder, our workbook for defining yourself as a yoga teacher is available for free at yogahero.co.uk/podcast23. We'd love to know how you're finding these episodes and if they've been helpful. Do let us know by emailing hello@yogahero.co.uk or sending a DM to Yoga Hero Teachers on Instagram. And as always, happy teaching!